because there is an army rising up, and there has always been an army rising up. And as I stand before you as a military member who fought for this country when the country wasn't willing to fight for me. And during the times of 1865, when the 13th Amendment was coming into fruition, many of those people at that time, people who looked like me, who hadn't even been freed yet, decided to fight for freedom and fight for the ideas of this country. Fight for the ideas codified from the Declaration of Independence in the Constitution of the United States of America. Because they understood that the principles, though the actions, were what was important. And then they became the action. They put their bodies on the line. They shed blood for those ideas. Even before the country would recognize their citizenship, before the country would even recognize their freedom. And me, like so many others, followed in that tradition and sacrificed for the ideas of this country so that those words in the Constitution would bring about freedom and liberation for all of those within that jurisdiction. And that jurisdiction was in the confines of the United States of America. So I decided to don something today to be reflective of many of those who received their freedom. Though they may not have had the finest, it was the best that they had. Though they may not have had riches, they offered their bodies in sacrifice, and what greater honor can that be for one to lay down their life for another? And for us today, who so many of us live pretty good lives, but we wouldn't have had those lives had it not been for the sacrifice of them. So I stand before you today in remembrance and recognition of those who brought about Freedom Day and who gained their freedom. And may we never forget those who sacrificed and are still sacrificing, so that we can gather today in the shadow of the King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, as we celebrate freedom for all, and that we continue to push this nation to be closer to forming that more perfect union.
Thank you.